Okay, y'all, so real quick, I had a partner that hit me up yesterday. He was asking me, he was like, L, when they send me the credit card bill for the month, he was asking, was it good as if he was paying the credit card bill off in full, or him actually paying it off in the increments? And it was just a question. You know, he kind of new to the credit game, so he kind of navigating his way. So I just told him, hey, you know, it is good that you are making your payments on your credit card and that you are paying them off in full as well, but it's a couple things that you need to know while you're doing stuff like that. Number one is interest, and number two is you want to make sure that you're not being looked at as a liability by the credit bureau. So what I mean is, by the interest, you know, when you're making your monthly payments on your credit card bills, let's say that you got a bill that's due next month on the 11th or whatever, they're gonna say, hey, we want you to pay $27 or $40 or whatever of this amount of the balance that you do owe. You know, let's say that you spent $100 and you hadn't paid it back in full, and they want you to pay $15 on it, you know, for next month's bill on the 11th. Okay, one thing I was telling him was that you got interest that's gonna be tacked on with these monthly payments that you're making, that's with the credit card. A lot of these credit cards, they got 18 months no interest fees. I advise y'all to try to get those if you're gonna go get some credit cards, especially if you're getting, you know, your first credit cards or something like that. There's no interest for 18 months. So you got some that's like that, and you got some as well that have their interest fees, you know, they just right off the dump with it. So and them interest fees can be high, and they can be 10%, 18%. I done seen some that's 28%. You feel what I'm saying? So with you paying that monthly bill, that $15 that you'll pay on next month on the 11th, the next month on the 11th for the next month, it'll probably be more with the interest added on to it. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to watch out for that. And how you use your credit card interest free is you want to be notable of the billing date that they do give you, right? Like I say, you got a bill that's on a payment that's due next month on the 11th. All right, so they telling you that it's on the 11th, and you thinking that that's the snitch date, the actual snitch date where they're gonna report to the credit bureau, right? That's not the actual date. The real snitch date is 3 to 5 days before. So if they want you to pay on the 11th, you need to be trying to pay your bill somewhere within around the 8th or the 7th. You feel what I'm saying? Or before that. You know, you don't just have to pay on that actual day. You can pay before. So when you're doing that, you're using your credit card interest free, and at the same time you're showing the credit bureau that you are practicing actual good credit habits. You feel what I'm saying? You're giving them notability that, hey, this person right here, hey, I know how to play the game. You feel what I'm saying? By doing those type of exercises. So number two, I was talking about being a liability. So when you make yourself look like a liability is when you go over your credit limit, or let's say you well, actually, yeah, I am right. When you go over your credit limit and you paying it off like the next day, yeah, that's good. It's cool. It's good for you to do that. It's fine. You know, you make your purchases and you make your payments right back on them. You feel what I'm saying? I told him as well, you want to wait about 3 days after you may go over your credit limit, or you make a big purchase or whatever. Wait about 3 days, let it hang out on there, and then make your payment on whatever it was. Pay it off in full. Therefore, you're telling the credit bureau again, hey, I know how to play the game by doing this repetitively as a habit. That's called practicing. So when you're doing stuff like that, that's good, and you're not letting them know that you are a liability. Versus if you do make those go over that credit limit and make big purchases and you just pay it right back, that's telling the credit bureau, hey man, I see you making these credit payments on these bills and stuff, but man, I just don't know if I can trust you. You may be a big risk. You're making your payments, but I just don't know if I can trust you. So you want to convince them to trust you. That's your most important thing. So yeah, man. Any more credit questions, make sure y'all put them down in the comments below, especially if y'all got some topics y'all want me to cover that's about credit pertaining to whatever situation. You feel what I'm saying? And I'll address that. So yeah, man, let's get to it.